Okay, we're in Freetown, or near Freetown in Sierra Leone. We're going to take a nice coastal trip. I did originally plan on looking for a lighthouse, but set the drone up, couldn't find it. So I did find, rather, this large landmark, this conference centre, circular and on top of a hill right near the lighthouse, and very easy to spot. This distinctive shaped buildings there, swimming pools are there. It's a nice big round landmark. So we'll start with that. Then we'll just fly down the coast at our leisure, investigate all nooks and crannies. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 beaches, 5 beaches, 6 beaches, 7. And finally we'll get to the last main beach here, which is Kent Beach. And it's about 20 miles down. Take a left hook across to the mouth of the Reevy River. So just on this point here where the channel widens out or narrows depending which way you're going. We'll turn on that corner back to the northwest and come up to the west side of Freetown to this wharf, which is not too difficult to spot. It's on a bit of a peninsula there, as you can see. Makes a good turning point back to the airport. And it's within visual range of our first turn point over here, this convention centre. What I didn't really pick up just from the map, but definitely with the drone flight, was how mountainous this whole central area is. All the green, it's quite tall mountain ranges. So it's going to be a very picturesque flight, and look forward to doing it.
Yeah, let's go. It's a beautiful morning here in Sierra Leone. Wheel brakes off. We're rolling. knots, 90, 110, rotate, gear up, flaps up, heading east. We're going to turn
007, continue for south departure.
Yep, all the way around to the southwest.
007, leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Roger that.
Freetown Tower 007, frequency change.
There you go. Beautiful sunrise coming from the east. .327 knots. And there is Freetown looming in front of us. So we can pretty much see on the right there where our first turn point is. Easy to spot from the distance, that bump just off the nose now. When we come back, we'll be looking for the Queen Elizabeth II docks, which will be somewhere around this area. So it's all pretty nice. We're set up well. Let's crank it up a bit. Just watching the altitude here because it's actually quite hard to judge from the water. Let's look at the left wingtip. Nice. Left wing. Nice view. Excellent. Okay, let's get a visual on this turn point. It's going to be just coming past the canopy rail now. Yep, that round hill with the road around it. We'll get the wingtip cam onto it. There we go, grab a snap of that. Awesome. Righto, let's head down the coast. As Freetown wakes up to the sound of our thundering jet engines. Very nice. Very nice. Quite rugged terrain here. So already about 10 miles down this leg, halfway there. Lots of nice beaches. Yeah, just gorgeous. Okay, coming up to our last beach here. There it is. And we will turn around this point, find the mouth of the river. Pretty hard turn. We're going to go slightly north of east. such a quiet morning out here. I don't feel like yakking too much, which is unusual for me. Probably a relief to everybody else. Okay, coming up to the river mouth, I'm going to climb a little bit. So we're looking at the far side of the river there. And here we go. Here's the river mouth opening up on the left. And yeah, just at that pointy section there is where we're going to turn back to the northwest again. Up yonder. Here we go. Then we head up the east side of these mountains back to the city. It's all pretty good. Very tropical vegetation around here. Lots of palm trees. I'll climb a little bit actually at this leg to check out these mountains on the left. Yeah, 3,000 feet. It's pretty good. There we go. Nicely framed against the mountains. See a valley running up there too, which you could follow right back to the city. Yeah, right up there. And is that a small airstrip? I think it is. Yeah. Cool. Could be a bit too small for this aircraft. Coming back into cloud, so I'll descend again. 2800. You can see the airport lights. Probably some aircraft flashing there about 1 o'clock. Okay, our next turn point coming up, our last one. It's going to be right about in this bend. Now you can see in the distance our first turn point sticking out there in the ocean. And here we go, this straight line here should indicate the dock area. The port, here it is, and we see containers, ship and a bunch of containers lined up down there. That's it, that's our Queen Elizabeth II dock. Excellent. So back north to the airport. And get sorted out for landing. Okay, what's the story here? Longy Airport, request full
Recon
stop
Tower
landing.
0077 miles south, 1,800 feet to land.
007 Freetown Altimeter 29er.9er, 2 wind 278 at 7. Enter left traffic runway 30.
30. Okay.
Fly left traffic runway 30007.
So 30 is going to be off to the left there. Alright, let's get ourselves trimmed up. So we're going to enter the downwind from the opposite end of the runway. At least we're not landing into the sun. There's the tower dead ahead. Cool. No traffic about. Let's enter downwind. 1,000 feet exactly. Reciprocal heading. Could be a little bit close to the runway actually, but I think it's acceptable.
007, wind 278 at 7. Cleared to land runway 30.
Roger that.
Cleared to land runway 30007.
Go out a little bit further. Probably about where these rivers start. And the speed's slow enough, we'll get set up, gear down, flaps down, and a pretty tight turn to final. There we go, not too bad. Okay, throttle back, trim down, 145 knots. Full idle, 143. Two reds, 127, pretty good I think. Looking for 110 at the threshold as usual. And I got 108, pretty good. Now let it keep settling down. A little bit more throttle actually. Arrest the sink rate and touching down a bit slow actually at 90 knots. Interesting how it can go so far off the rails in like 1 second. I should have added more power and arrested that sink rate earlier. But I was, as usual, thinking of two different things at the same time. Anyway, high speed taxi and we'll turn off about here.
007, turn next taxiway.
That's it, in here.
007, contact ground on 121.9er.
Excellent.
121.9er for 007.
We'll park here nice next to this nice yellow aircraft, I think. Because I can't see any ground crew waving at us. Yep, this looks good. Nice colour scheme. Parking brake on. I'm going to cut the instruments, electricals, ignition, APU, fuel valve, battery, and we're shut down.